In 1640, the British had colonies along the New England coast. These colonies were settled on land inhabited by the Native Americans, or Indians. The land west of the colonies was mostly unexplored, but also was home to various tribes. By this time, the colonists and the Indians had already encountered each other in both friendly and hostile meetings. Since both groups lived in the same area, they benefited from each other and learned from each other. The Indians taught the colonists how to farm and the benefits from growing crops that were unknown to them, such as corn. The colonists learned how to hunt for game that was native to the area, and the Indians instructed them about life in the New World. The colonists needed fur and pelt and often traded with the Indians to get them. Some of the animals that were trapped or hunted for the fur were beavers, deer, and seals. With these pelts, the Indians could trade for different goods from the colonists. Some of the most popular goods the Indians could buy were guns, knives, cooking utensils, and fishing hooks. The desire for guns for the Indians increased, and sometimes the colonists would demand Indian slaves as trade instead of food or furs. The slave trade even caused some tribes to capture slaves from neighboring tribes to keep their own people safe. Even though there were many positive interactions between the colonists and the Indians, the negative result weighed heavier on the side of the Indians. The white man brought many diseases to America that the natives had never been exposed to. Widespread sickness almost wiped out multiple tribes. In addition, the colonists' main desire upon arriving in the New World was for land. Many obtained the land by trade or payment. However, some colonists believed that they had the right to take what they wanted, and they kicked the Indians off their land by whatever means available. Battles over who owned and controlled the lands were common and often violent. A council of tribes was formed to help deal with the matters common to all tribes. The Indians were forced to undergo a huge change to the traditional way of life. Dealings with the colonists fell through and did nothing to benefit the Indians. Finally, due to lack of trust on both sides, trading between the two groups became minimal.